Good morning, guys. So I will just wait a second and I will let you guys hop on. I know a lot of you are busy. Thursday mornings you're busy, so a lot of you catch the replay. I'm also going to be emailing this out after. So if you can't catch the full thing, you'll see it in your email after as well. So today's going to be a little bit quicker because I have quite a bit of content for you if you want to dive into that this month in the March focus. So I'm not necessarily going to talk about the topics in this coaching call, which I often will dive into something. That's in the pre-recorded videos. I've got 4 of them for this month. So I'm just going to talk about what's happening in March, what our focus is, what our meal plans, new meal plans, things like that, what's coming up in the membership, our giveaway, our monthly giveaway. Almost every month we do a giveaway. And while I'm talking about it, I'll share. So I like to give you a choice. Whoever the winner is, you get a choice of supplements. So choose what would work best for you. So one is my one of my old favorites that I still love is our Samara Organic Complete. It's a multivitamin and mineral formula with probiotics as well. And it's a powder, it's whole food based. So it's not synthetic, it absorbs a lot better. In the ingredients, it's just all whole foods. It's got probiotics, like I said. It's got medicinal mushrooms, chlorella, just everything you need. So that's a nice one. It can be for kids or it can be for adults as well. If I open up one of these, I'll throw it in my smoothie as well. Pretty much the same ingredients for the kids or adults. So a choice of that one. This is one of my favorite probiotics for women. And this one, since Mama Recharged is all about, we all want increased energy, is one of the big things. Vitamin B vitamins, B complex is huge if you are lacking in energy. And this is a good brand as well. So I don't recommend, most of us are deficient in B12 is the biggest problem. But B vitamins work best synergistically. So all the B vitamins together as a B complex. If you get your blood work done and they recommend B12 shots, that can be really helpful too. But if you're doing a vitamin, then a B complex is really good. And it doesn't hurt even if you're not sure if you're super deficient in B vitamins, you can try it out. So I'll announce the winner at the end, but we've got some nice ones to choose from this month. So I try to have, sometimes I have the same ones, sometimes I have some different choices for our giveaways each month. So grab your cup of coffee. Maybe I'll be about 15 minutes chatting about what we have coming up. Today I switched to water. I'm trying to, if you've seen my videos and posts, each month I've got a different goal. Last month I was really focusing on, and this month too, on water intake, getting 2 liters of water daily. So switched out the coffee. I still drink way too much coffee, but got my water today. My biggest thing this month is trying to wake up by 5:30 every day. I'm going to commit to that for 30 days. If I have a really bad sleep, I've had one day so far this month where I didn't have real great sleep, so I slept in a little bit because sleep is more important. But I'm going to try that for 30 days, see that morning routine, see how my mood changes. You know, it kind of has a ripple effect. But anyways, I've talked about that lots before. So the giveaway I mentioned is coming up, and I'll announce the winner. And then lastly, I'm going to chat a little bit about why I'm trying out keto. So I've shared a few different posts that I'm doing keto right now, and I've had lots of questions, lots of people curious about it. Some of you have tried it out already. Some of you are super interested in it. Some of you are curious. I've had questions like, I don't know, is it dangerous? Is it safe? Is it good? So I'll talk a little bit about that. So first, I'll come back to that. First, what's happening in March? So we've got our March focus. If you haven't looked in the membership portal, also first I'll mention, make sure you're able to log into the membership. I mentioned this once before, but I think there's some members that are just grabbing the meal plans that I send out each week and thinking that that's sort of the only resources. Make sure you can log in. There's an entire membership portal, I think is probably the best term to use, a membership portal with over 50 meal plans. It's organized. There's meal plans, there's monthly focuses, there's recipe database, there's specialty plans, specialty ebooks, tons of different resources in there. So use that. Make sure you're fully utilizing that. Choose the meal plans that you're loving. You can either go with our featured plans each week, or use what you're loving. With our monthly focuses, if you want to dive a little bit further, do the monthly focus that we're currently on, or look at all the other ones and focus on one area. Pick and choose. There's even, if you want to do a few weeks, I think there's a 3-week, or I have a couple of them, another one coming up, 3-week meal prep program where you spend about 3 hours on Sunday and you get everything, pretty much everything ready. All your suppers and lunches are ready. So yeah, you use it to, you make sure you're fully utilizing all the benefits from it. Make it work for you. So I'm just going to, maybe I'll see, there's a bit of a glare, but I'm just going to see if I can show you. Let's see. Okay, yeah, there's a bit of a glare, but so let's go into the membership. So here is kind of new things. Let's see if I can fix this so there's not so much glare. It's a bit tricky. Okay. Yeah, not so much, but so you can see here new meal plans. So the welcome video, new meal plans, and then I'm going to try to keep this updated with anything that's kind of current, relevant, new. Winter Comforts ebook, game day favorites. This is also a nice Friday appetizer night ideas right there. So new meal plans. This is going to be populated even more. I've got a couple brand new meal plans in there. You'll also notice we had a batch of brand new meal plans. If you go in the monthly sections and you go to January and February, there's some brand new ones in there. And then I was going to go over to monthly focus, and I'll show you what we have going on in March. So just talk for a few minutes about this. So here, it's just taking a minute to load. I've got too much open in my computer. So you can, so we're on the Detox Your Home series this month. So there's 21-day transformation meal plan, better digestion, upgrade your daily routine, 5 days to lasting change, healthy lunchbox. So make it work for you and pick whichever one you are kind of feeling that you want to dive into. If you are finding that just focusing on the meal plans each month is enough and it's too overwhelming to dive into anything else, then just leave that for now. So this is our Detox Your Home series. You can click on this image. It brings up sort of the intro of this month. And then here is, it's a 4-week series. So go at it as quick or as slow as you want. I will click on one of them, or actually, so these are different ebooks here. So lots of DIYs. This one is my favorite, cleaning product overhaul. You can just use products that you have at home, like vinegar, baking soda, things like that is really all you need. Maybe sometimes you can add in essential oils if you want. You don't need them. And you can clean your entire home, get rid of the toxic chemicals that can disrupt your hormones, cause other issues for yourself, your children. And I do have, actually it's in the, there's videos that go along with it as well. So it's actually better to go to, so the resources are in there, the monthly section. If you go to, and this is mainly where I go to myself, go to March. So if you go in monthly sections, it's got the meal plans, plus it has the focus for each month. So these are our meal plans. So here is that again, and then we've got the videos as well. So this video goes along with the week 1 cleaning product overhaul, and then this one is my cosmetics, skincare, hair care. I touch on all that. So yeah, dive into that this month if you'd like. Maybe you're not really feeling it quite yet. Maybe more of like a, when you're in spring cleaning mode, maybe next month, you'll be feeling it a little bit more and you want to dive into that. I also have some printables. So if you want to get some pretty like glass jars, clear spray bottles, and add printables on them too. That's kind of fun. So that's our March focus. just gonna put this back, get this turned around. It's so nice and sunny out. I like to sit in front of the window because it's the best lighting. Hopefully the weather warms up. I think it's supposed to warm up soon. So I'm excited for spring to get here. Okay, so we talked about the March focus. There's some new meal plans. I'll touch on this for a second. This week's plan was the paleo plan. If maybe you've tried it out, maybe you saw it, that was emailed out, you haven't dove into it. Paleo plan. So, and then we have a lot of new, just sort of the clean and simple that are gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free. Got a lot of those new meal plans in there as well. And I'm going to be adding in, I mentioned this I think in last week's email, I'm going to be adding in a whole batch of paleo plans. I'm going to sort of section it out. So we've got tons of our regular Mama Recharge style meal plans. Then we're going to have paleo meal plan section, and then we're going to have a keto meal plan section. So I'll touch a little bit more on why I'm doing keto, some of the benefits, things like that. But in the membership, it's now you're going to have sort of, you sort of pick your level. So it all aligns with the Mama Recharge lifestyle. So I'll just touch on this for a second. So our regular sort of level is, like I said, the gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free. Those are the top things that I find to be energy draining. So cutting those things out for me changed my life about 6 years ago. And in the last few years, my clients have adopted that lifestyle, and they've seen big changes. If you look at the Mama Recharge Method page, I've shared a few of those changes that they've shared with me. So a lot of people are finding, especially if you're finding that you've got different weird symptoms, you're not feeling great, often there's certain foods to cut out and add in high energy foods, cut out the energy draining foods. So those are the three common ones. So you can see with that, we'll call that level 1. With level 1 Mama Recharge, you can see amazing transformation. You get rid of inflammation, then you can drop weight as well. That's a little bit slower going than maybe a paleo or a keto, especially keto, but it's a little bit more of a lifestyle change that's easier to adopt and to continue with. So that's still sort of my main go-to baseline for what I recommend for most people to adopt. Then if you want to take it a step further, there's paleo, which is gluten-free, dairy-free, refined sugar-free, plus it's grain-free. So it's just kind of taking it that one step further. You can still have starches, like you can still have sweet potatoes, and you can still have squashes, and you can still have lots of fruit and things like that. You can have dates, raisins. So it can still be delicious, but for some people, you take it that one next notch and you feel that much better. Some people don't do well with grains at all, and you don't really know until you actually cut it out. So we're gonna have a paleo section coming in there soon, and the keto section, which a lot of people are talking about, a lot of people are interested in trying. I've been thinking about it for at least a year. My husband's been doing it for at least a couple years, maybe 3 years. I don't know. So he does it kind of off and on. And I've been very cautious with it. It's so different. Your body is like, its energy source is completely different. So I've been very cautious with it and somewhat skeptical. I've been researching a lot. So yeah, like I said, I've been wanting to try it for a while. I kind of thought, I've said to my husband, like, I don't think I could do it because before it would be, I'd find that I kind of needed carbs at night to sort of calm down and be able to sleep. So this is before I started trying out keto. Sometimes I would find, okay, I'm hungry, and I would just kind of be, and I don't know how common this is, but if I had a little bit of carbs before bed, then it would just kind of, I think it would induce the melatonin or serotonin. It actually induces some serotonin, which helps you to calm down. So I thought, if I'm completely cutting out carbs, then I'm just going to be, it's not going to work for me. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be, before I decided to try it out, I like to be a guinea pig, but I don't want it to wreck my thyroid or my metabolism. So researched it, and from what I'm researched so far, it looks like there's way more benefits that can come from it. It can improve your overall health. and the side effects, if you do it the right way, there's less side effects to no side effects. So from what I'm reading so far, I'll show you. So this is what I'm reading right now. I'm almost through this one. I don't really recommend, if you're wanting to dive more into the information, learning a little bit more, this one is a little bit boring for the first, like he really gets into the science behind it. I took 2 years of nutrition school talking about mitochondria, the Krebs cycle, all that stuff. And this is pretty much a nutrition course in here. He dives into all that. So if you don't really care about all the the biology and all that, the science behind it, this probably isn't the best one, but I've learned a lot from it so far. This one I'm going to dive into next. She focuses a little bit more on women's. I also like that she's dairy free. That's something I didn't mention either. So to keep it still Mama Recharged aligned with the third level of Mama Recharged, we're keeping it dairy free because so many people during the Mama Recharged method, just having clients find that they do so much better without dairy. If they add dairy in, they really react to it in so many different ways. So it's a dairy-free keto. If you find that maybe you do not too bad with dairy, then you can add in a little bit. You want to be careful with it though. So this is what I'm diving into next. This is another good one. So I kind of feel like I'm back to nutrition school. I'm diving into, there's another book I want to read too, Ketotarian. Is a good one. He focuses a lot more on, so a lot of keto people sort of just think it's just eating a whole lot of meat and cheese, and that there can be an unhealthy way to do it. If you are just eating a lot of meat and cheese, that's very inflammatory, super high in omega-6. It gets your omega-3, omega-6 ratios out of whack. It's very acidic. So the Ketotarian, his focus is actually vegetarian, vegan, pescatarian, keto, which I think meat for most people is important. I do still eat quite a bit of meat, but it's kind of nice to see all different sides of it, and making sure you're getting in a lot of vegetables, a lot of fiber, and then also some healthy fish is good as well for keeping good health. This one, so I want to eventually be able to, I don't know if you've heard about fasting or intermittent fasting. That's something that for myself on my journey, I'm not there yet. I believe that for most of us, we need to do keto first if that's something you want to do. A lot of us have some blood sugar and insulin issues, so it's important to become fat adapted, get into ketosis, have your body do a lot better with insulin, kind of have it be able to balance out a little bit more before you get into fasting. Even so with intermittent fasting, that could be even anywhere from not eating for 12 hours, so stop eating at 6 o'clock at supper time, and then you eat again at 6 or 7 o'clock is the kind of the minimum. Or you can do, so that's a 12-hour fast. A lot of people do 16-hour fasts each day. So and then there's some people kind of go further with it as well. So, but I'm not really talking about that yet. That's something maybe in the future. But I should take a step back with some of you. A lot of you are familiar with what keto is. Some of you might not know. So it's primarily shifting your fuel source that your body uses for fuel. So normally we use glucose. So we use from carbohydrates. That's how we get our energy from sugar, like refined sugar. Sugar and carbohydrates are the same thing, but we kind of talk about them differently. So sugar, carbohydrates. So you get your fuel that turns to glucose in your body, and that's what you burn for fuel. When you are going to ketosis, you're completely cutting out, or you're not completely cutting, you're really cutting back on the carbs, especially for the first month or so, really cutting back on the carbs. And then when your body doesn't have that glucose to burn, then it switches to burning fat for fuel. So, and that's a lot cleaner fuel source. This book is really good with explaining how it, glucose can cause a lot of free radicals, like burning glucose for fuel, which can be hard on your health. It can cause aging. Burning fat for fuel is a lot cleaner source, and it's a lot healthier for you. You can have a lot, one side effect people notice is mental clarity, more energy, things like that. So many different positive side effects to it. So I won't dive too much into that because I am sort of in the experimental phase with myself. I'm almost a month in. So my initial plan was just to try it out myself and then not really share that until I determined if I really liked it or not. But I kind of like to share exactly what I'm doing. I like to share what I'm doing with you guys through my Instagram posts and my Facebook lives. So that's why I'm talking about it a little bit earlier. So far, I'll just share a little bit of the results. I wanted to lose, so part of my goals with it was to lose a few more pounds. I kind of had some stubborn belly fat. I am, like, compared to 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I'm really pleased with the weight that I'm at versus then. I've had a huge transformation since then with the, like, switching to the Mummer Charge lifestyle. And I don't have to, like, I don't binge on food. I'm not constantly thinking about food. So in that sense, I'm really pleased with my health, and I have been for so long. But I kind of was in a space where I wanted to, like, up level things. I also wanted to experiment. I've heard so much about keto, so I wanted to see, can I get my energy to, like, that next level, my mental clarity to that next level? Can I get like in the best shape? So I had like 6 to 8 pounds that I wanted to lose, and just to see with experiment with my energy and all that. So far I've lost, it's been about 3 weeks. The first week I kind of just dabbled with it. I've lost, what have I lost? About 4 pounds. So that's pretty good because for me, and I don't know, I think for a lot of people, those, like, last 10 pounds seem to be the toughest. And for so many of us, it's like the scale is no matter what you do, the scale just kind of keeps going back to that same number. So that's kind of how it's been for me. So that's kind of nice to see because that doesn't happen too often, especially since I've been eating so much good food. The first week I was like, I'm either going to gain like 20 pounds, like eating all this, like, rich, delicious food, or it's going to work and I'm going to be dropping pounds. So, yeah, I haven't been hungry. I haven't noticed a huge difference yet in a lot of other things. I'm already at a point where my energy is pretty good. My mental clarity is pretty good, especially compared to, like, 6 years ago. All that's pretty good. But I'm noticing some small things, and I do believe for everyone it's different. Some people, like my husband, I think he noticed things, like, he got into ketosis super quick. He noticed energy, mental clarity. He noticed he could go, like, almost a whole day and not really even be hungry. Like, he was just content. That happened really quick. And I think with men, it often happens a lot quicker. Some people, sometimes with women, it could be a month, and then you start to really notice that shift. You really get into the fat burning mode. So I'm giving it some more time. I'm going to see what happens. But in general, I think I can see a little bit more energy, a little bit more clarity. I am going a little bit longer between meals, between needing food. That was another thing where I really wanted to try this out because even though I've made all these changes, I still have some sort of, like, some blood sugar issues, a little bit, some insulin issues. I find, and I think this is pretty common. I'll eat breakfast and then 2 hours later, I feel like I need to eat again. So it's almost like every 2 to 3 hours I need to eat. And this is one big benefit with keto. When you get fat adapted, you sort of balance out the insulin things. You're using fat for fuel, which keeps you satiated for a lot longer. So if you've got some insulin issues, that's a common side effect, is that you have to eat quite often. You either get hungry really quickly, or you start to maybe get lightheaded a little bit, maybe a little bit jittery, especially if you're drinking coffee and you go too long. So that was a problem for me. I'm noticing some small shifts in that. I'm going to notice bigger shifts. And that actually, for my health, for everybody else's health, if that's something, if you're eating 3 meals a day, you're snacking between each of them, Sometimes that can be good, and sometimes that's recommended to keep your blood sugar more stable. But doing that for too long, eating, just your body being in a constant state of digestion, which is what I've been doing for years, that can take a toll on your body, can age you quicker, can cause more insulin issues. Okay, I'm back. This is part 2 of our live. I got cut off. My phone was actually in the window, so the heat of it made my phone actually get too hot. So I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon. So I was just chatting a little bit about keto. I've been sharing a little bit that I'm trying out keto right now, so I'm going to share a little bit about that. So I'll just share really quick keto, who it's good for, the main people it's good for. So if you have lots of weight to lose, if you have type 2 diabetes, if you have PCOS, so I've just noticed in the background, you can tell our one picture fell off. It doesn't look very good, but PCOS. So that's, if you're not sure if you have PCOS, a couple of the symptoms are irregular periods, difficulty getting pregnant, hair growth in sort of weird spots like facial hair growth on the back, weight gain, thinning hair, acne, oily skin. So you can talk to your doctor to see if and they can do tests. Usually that's an increase, you've got an increase in testosterone and estrogen and not enough progesterone. Sometimes that is represented with cysts. So keto is really good for PCOS, diabetes, lots of weight to lose, neurological issues, seizures, also for dementia, maybe if you've got like extreme brain fog, migraines, it's good to try out. But for most of us who just want to increase our energy, maybe we want to lose a few pounds, it can also be really beneficial if we do it right. It can be unhealthy if you don't do it the right way. Women often need some different tweaks than men. I'm diving into that, focusing on that for myself. Often we need a little bit of carbs strategically. Sometimes we need carb up days. Sometimes you need a little bit of carbs in the evening. So there is a strategic way to do that. So I'm going to be diving into that. I'm going to be sharing my keto meal plans if you're interested in that. Keto meal plans, hopefully by the end of the month, paleo plans. So that's all going to be in the membership. So I'm kind of excited about that. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in trying out, you want more information on. Probably I'll give myself another month to research and to be a guinea pig on myself. And then I'll start doing Facebook Lives. I'll do different videos and blog posts and things like that with different tips on keto. But yeah, anytime you have questions, I'd like to know what you guys are interested in, what you want to know more about. Let me know. What else did I want to say? So I think that's mainly it. I'm going to mention our giveaway winner. So I've got her name already. Jody Oakes is our giveaway winner this month. I don't think she's in our membership group yet in the Facebook community. So hopefully she'll see this. I'll send her an email. So congratulations. I'll send you your choices here, and watch back every month, pretty much every month. We do a giveaway. So if you haven't won yet, hopefully you will be next. So any questions at all, just post them below. And I think that is it. As well, make sure you're watching every Thursday. I try to do a live, or occasionally I'll do a pre-recorded video. Today I shared one of my favorite bar recipes, which is also keto friendly. So in the Mama Recharged public group, just search Mama Recharged. Every Thursday you can ask questions. I do a live kind of like this, but I dive into a certain topic. So make sure you're watching for that. Any questions you have, just especially when you're a member, you can you can ask me questions anytime if you want sort of a mini consultation via email or whatever. I'm happy to answer some questions. Okay, so congratulations, Jody. And I sent you an email. Hopefully you've received the email. And also a Facebook message. So I'm hoping, because there was a little bit of a glitch in the system, so hopefully that's all worked out. Let me know if you've received that. So I think that is it. Bye guys, have a good week, and watch for our new meal plan, featured meal plan, coming to you tomorrow morning. Bye.